I know this is a pretty process-oriented deal, this whole baseball thing, but just when you guys are going into conference play, you know, as guys who have both done this in the SEC, I mean, how much do you feel the intensity or just is there any switch in the dial as far as, you know, heading into SEC play coming out of that start non-conference stretch?
I don't think there's any switch. I think it's the same game. You know, we've prepared well enough, and at the end of the day, it's really not who you're playing, but how well you prepared.
Yeah, and to back off what Deric said, I mean, there's a little bit, I think, more intensity. Not really with how you play, but it's just who you're playing a little bit. Because, you know, it doesn't really matter what happened in non-conference now. This is the real season. And so just going in there, but treating it like every other game, that's what matters.
Jason.
Will, we've seen over the course of the last 3 or 4 years even, where roles and defining roles on the staff has been so important. It shows up in big leagues. For you guys, it's there. You know, guys have their own kind of. How important is that heading into a season where you guys have these defined roles and a lot of depth on the pitching staff too?
No, yeah, it's really important. I'm glad you hit on the depth part because I think that's one of our strong suits on our pitching staff. We have a lot of guys that can do a lot of stuff, but the way Teef and BT and Fox they have it set up is really nice. And you know, when you're in the game, you don't have to wonder really when you're coming in. It's just a matter of when. So knowing like what role you have and what you're going to do in that game, it's really important just to have that in the back of your mind.
Brian.
Deric, what have you seen out of Gavin Miller? Do you feel like he's a guy that's really stepped up and, you know, really pushing for a permanent role there in the infield?
Yeah, I'm just super proud of Gav. He's been working hard the whole year, and just to see him shine kind of put a smile on my face. I love Gav and just super excited for him to keep going.
Got another question for you, Will, about Cam Tilly and what you've seen from a true freshman in his first kick-to-off baseball.
Yeah, I mean, what he's doing right now is incredible, right? I mean, he's going out there, and you don't think he's a freshman when he's out there. And just every time he wants the ball, and that's, I mean, it's not typical as a freshman. And so every time you see him out there, you know that we're in good hands. And just the way he goes about his stuff is really, it's really awesome as a freshman. And yeah, he's going to do big things.
Jason.
Deric, you've seen Vandy a bunch in your career. When you think Vandy pitching, what comes to mind for you when knowing how to prepare and getting ready for this weekend?
Yeah, I definitely think those guys are going to compete with their stuff. You know, they're pretty solid, and you know they're gonna come right at you. Usually have some good velo, but you know just kind of falling back on what we've done in the cages and the weight room, just kind of focusing on doing our thing.
Brian.
Deric, what's it like adjusting to playing on a field turf like Vandy has, and have you played on that before?
Yeah, so I played on it my freshman year. It was a fast turf because it's been kind of older, so it's kind of been beaten down a little bit. So it's just the balls roll a little quicker and all that. So it's definitely an adjustment, but it's not a hard adjustment.
Everybody good?